Millionaire entrepreneur Bryan Johnson.
Bryan Johnson.
This is Bryan Johnson.
Track to spend at least $2 million.
He spent $2 million
To slowly reverse his aging.
For the past 7 days, I've been eating Bryan Johnson's anti-aging diet and I've had 0 cheat meals. In 2013, tech entrepreneur Bryan Johnson sold Braintree Venmo to PayPal for $800 million. After that, he started a venture fund, he founded Kernel, a brain imaging company, and in 2021, he announced Project Blueprint. Essentially, Project Blueprint is about creating an algorithm that can take better care of him than he can himself. What's really cool is that Bryan publishes all of his data and his entire Project Blueprint protocol online for free. After watching a few of Bryan's videos, I made the only logical choice. I decided to try Bryan's diet for a week. A few notes. Bryan doesn't drink coffee, so I didn't either. He does drink 5 antioxidant green teas every day, and so I tried to do the same thing. Most days, I only got 3 or 4 in. Something I didn't realize getting into this, the volume of food you're eating to get 2,000 calories is a lot. On this diet, Bryan intermittent fasts. He eats all of his food in approximately a 6-hour window every day. This means every day he's fasting for 18 hours. From what I can tell, there are 2 reasons for this. By having his last meal between 12 and 1 p.m., Bryan can get roughly 8 hours of digestion in before he goes to sleep. Giving your body proper time to digest your food before you go to bed leads to much better sleep quality. The second reason is that by fasting for 18 hours, toward the end of that 18-hour period, your body begins to enter a state of autophagy. According to the Cleveland Clinic, during autophagy, your body recycles damaged cell parts into fully functioning cell parts, gets rid of non-functional cell parts that take up space and slow down performance, and your body destroys pathogens in a cell that can damage it, like viruses and bacteria. These reasons were good enough for me, so I decided to intermittent fast as well.
I just went to 4 grocery stores looking for black lentils. I guess it's just not a common thing to carry. And then I went to a few stores looking for sunflower lecithin. Just gonna order this stuff online.
Fortunately, on Bryan's website, he has links to where you can buy most things, so within a few days, the packages had arrived and it was time to meal prep. First up, we have what's called the Green Giant. The name is kind of intimidating and so is the drink. Bryan drinks this daily upon waking.
Okay, so it's time for a taste test. I've had worse drinks in my life.
Next, Bryan eats what he calls Super Veggie. This consists of massive amounts of broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms, ginger, garlic, and black lentils. If you go to the Blueprint website and see the picture that Bryan has of Super Veggie, it is purely for aesthetic reasons. The actual amount of broccoli and cauliflower is about 10 times what's shown in the picture, but I get why they pictured it that way.
Let's give it a shot. Definitely tastes healthy. Tastes good though.
Next, Bryan eats what's called nutty pudding. There's a lot that goes into it, but like the name suggests, there's a lot of nuts in it. If this was my diet, I would probably eat this before Super Veggie because to me, this feels more like I would expect breakfast to feel or like I grew up eating breakfast. So it would just be a preference for me to eat it first thing in the morning, but I didn't do that for this challenge.
Let's try it and see how it is. Good.
Bryan's final meal of the day alternates between a few recipes. For simplicity, I decided to just do one of them. I chose the stuffed sweet potato. Now this is actually really good. Based on the recipe, I expected it to be a lot spicier than it was. It really wasn't too bad.
I mean, like I would order this in a restaurant normally. Like this is amazing.
Let's get into my results. On day 1 of this experiment, I weighed in at 192.9 pounds. Every morning I weighed in right after waking up. My alarm goes off at 5:15 a.m. I would roll out of bed, head over to the scale, and weigh myself before doing anything else. Throughout the experiment, my weight declined pretty steadily. On average, I lost about 0.75 pounds per day. On the morning of day 8, I weighed in as usual. I was 186.9 pounds. This means I lost 6 pounds in 1 week. In all honesty, I was pretty shocked that I lost this much weight eating 2,000 calories a day. I've intermittent fasted before, eating only 1,800 calories a day, and I only lost 2 or 3 pounds a week doing that. So this was definitely unexpected. Next result, sleep quality. As I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons that Bryan eats in the morning is so that he can go to bed fasted. Even though I expected my sleep to be better than usual, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Last Wednesday was the first day I was fully on Bryan Johnson's diet. Thursday, I woke up with a 100% sleep score. Friday, I woke up with a 100% sleep score. Saturday, I woke up with a 100% sleep score. Then on Saturday, I decided it would be fun to stay up till nearly midnight watching Netflix. According to my Whoop wearable, I wasn't asleep until 11:49 p.m. Then at 6:54 a.m. on Sunday, my body decided it was time to wake up. So on Sunday morning, I got a 77% sleep score, and then I spent the next few days getting back on track. While on Bryan's diet, I got a 95% sleep score, which is pretty impressive considering that the week before my average was an 82% sleep score. My monthly average is usually in the mid-80s. The third thing I noticed was increased mental clarity. Now I put this one last because I don't really have any data to back this up. However, for the past week, I feel like I've had an exceptionally high level of mental clarity. My emotions have been really level. I think this is partly due to not having any processed sugar, and keeping the caffeine levels relatively low I think helps with that as well. I feel like I've been able to sit and focus much longer than I normally can. It also feels like I've had more motivation than I normally do. Now I know that all this could be placebo, but I thought it was worth mentioning anyways. If anybody can think of a way to measure mental clarity / personal productivity, let me know in the comments and I'll give it a try. For me, all this leads to the question, is Bryan Johnson's Blueprint diet really worth it? Yes, but it's really hard. Prioritizing your health to the level that Bryan Johnson does is extremely hard in a world where everybody is doing the opposite. I literally can't get on the internet or drive anywhere without seeing ads for fried, sugar-filled, caffeine-loaded foods and drinks. I mean, it's everywhere. And when you walk down the aisles in the grocery store, the majority of the stuff in there probably isn't great for you. I feel really clean, I feel really good, I'm happy with the weight I've lost. But on the other hand, it was really hard not to eat some of my favorite foods. When you're out with family and friends and they're all enjoying hot cinnamon rolls at a Father's Day brunch, it's really hard to sit there and just eat your nutty pudding and not think about one of the cinnamon rolls. But I'm happy I stuck with it, and I think overall it was worth it. I'm considering sticking to Bryan Johnson's Blueprint diet for 75 days. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my very first video on this channel. I put a ton of work into it and it was somewhat painful, so I'd really appreciate it if you could leave me a like and consider subscribing. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.